everyone, and welcome to another episode of Waking Up with Soop and Sugah. You guys are tuning into episode 72, and guys, we are back home. I don't know if you can tell by my shades or not, but that's how you know. With me today, guys, of course, DJJ Gao, and in spirit... Sugah, you're not wearing any armor there.
Yes. Yes. I mean, look all over my armor. It's everywhere. Look over there.
I look like Robin Hood, men in tights, but that's okay.
Yes, that's right, guys. Yes.
So, guys, unfortunately, because of Destiny updating, maintenance, Sugah could not log in. However, I could, which was really fucking weird.
The struggle was real this morning.
There we go. We tried to that, plus the mic wasn't working, the camera had to be set up. So technically, some technical issues, but
technical difficulties.
But we got the balls rolling. So we're here, guys. We're in D2. This is the first episode of D2. Guys, it's another wonderful Reset Tuesday.
Problems.
Oh, Sugah's already got problems.
We just started D2, Bungie.
Already updates on bad days.
Right? Like, have we not? I thought you learned from Destiny.
Why didn't we update this yesterday when I wasn't playing?
Or, while everybody's sleeping. That's a good idea.
So let's hop into the first segment of the day, because we're already deep into it. Video game news, and okay, so let's start at the beginning, okay? Because Destiny 2 came out last week. It's been 1 week. Well, at like 9 o'clock today, it'll be 1 week. So, 1 week. Sugah and I got the look at that.
Oh,
boom. Sugah and I. And we got kicked.
I knew it. You know what? I didn't want to jinx it, but I knew it. As soon as we were going to go to orbit, we were gone.
So, we got our collector's editions. I don't know about you, Gao. What did you get? What did you pick up?
I did. I picked up when I went there. I got. I'm just going to close my app right now because it's just caught in this spin cycle. I got a white box. A really thick white box, and there was a steel metal case, and there was like this tan colored book that came with it, and there was like some symbols for the Titan Warlock Hunter.
Yeah, some Cabal trinkets.
Yeah, pamphlets and condom. There was just all kinds of stuff in there that I wasn't expecting, and I thought, wow, I didn't know that's what it looked like. That was kind of cool. And I got a strategy guide, a Titan hardcover.
Ooh.
And at GameStop, I won a poster because I knew what was in the chest at the Summoning Pits strike.
Damn.
The gold chest. I knew it was in there.
You knew. You remember.
There you go.
So that was cool.
So yeah, Gao had a good night. We had a good night. We came home with our collector's editions, right?
Yeah, we drove home from Chicago.
Because we had pre-ordered them there.
Mm-hmm.
Back when we lived there.
I don't know why, but I picture you both running like Peter and Lois Griffin to your house, run all the way home. You trip your...
Well, we made a little pit stop at Parker's, actually.
We did. Classmate Parker was having a little...
the old Parker pit stop.
A little Destiny launch party.
Yeah, she's on the way from
I bet
Chicago
all you guys got
home,
launched.
So she had little Jello shots that were red, yellow, and blue. So that was adorable, of course. And the amount of Rockstar energy drinks that she had of every color. She had 3 rows of 1 row of every color because she literally filled up a box. So, and that's like...
Yeah, she bought a case, didn't she?
She bought cases, exactly, and she bought cases of every color.
Multiple.
She brought 3 cases, so a case of blue, a case of red, and a case of yellow. And so then
So
she
when
had
you walked
all of
into her
those.
house, you were like, "Where's Parker?" You looked up and she's on the ceiling. I got rock stars.
Yeah. So she had the rock stars, the Jello shots. Oh, and she had chicken fajitas.
She tried to get us to stay, but we had to come home because we had to install our fucking game.
I
which-
know she like wanted us to do
Yeah.
it there, cause she had what, 3 other people there, a couple other clanmates, someone that like Happy Meals and Gunner, and then Gunner's brother. So it was definitely like a little party, and they were all uploading theirs. So it's like we would have waited how long in the lunch line on top of
A long
the update?
time.
A long time, yeah.
Long time. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I did right when I got home too, man. That bad boy went right in.
And we got home, popped it in, popped mine in first, let that load. We set up Sugah system, popped hers in. We went outside. What did we do? We played the game of Magic. Then we came back inside. It was
And it was ready.
it was ready.
It really didn't
Yep.
take that long.
Maybe
No,
like
it
30
didn't.
minutes at the most.
Mine-
I was ready for
Mine was pretty quick. I feel like 15, 20 minutes, and yours, yeah, was a little bit longer.
I was ready for like 40 minutes to an hour.
Actually, it worked out good for me because when I got home and I loaded mine in and everything and it installed, I went right in.
Yeah.
I didn't have to wait or
Oh,
nothing. I was
nice.
like right in. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool. I'm like actually in. That was cool.
Yeah. So got in, played for a couple hours that night. Tuesday into Wednesday. I don't know. I can't even remember. My days are blur. But one of those days I
I
didn't
know.
sleep. I played all night, right into the morning.
Oh, it was Thursday
It was
night.
Thursday.
I remember
Yeah,
because I had to drive to Chicago, and I was so tired because I had maybe gone to bed like an hour or 2 earlier, and Soop just stayed up all night. And then I had to drive us to Chicago so that I could work, and motherfucker got to sleep in the car the entire
Nice.
time I was working.
You got played on that one.
Hey, it happens, you know.
It happens.
Some of us make different life choices. Mine was correct for the moment.
And yours was correct at the time.
This might come back to hurt me from a couple years from now, but at the moment, it was the right thing to do,
You
son.
motherfucker.
Oh yeah, that shit's gonna be coming back. Trust me.
You got to sleep while I was working.
Yeah,
I
and,
stayed up till like 2:00 in the morning, like every night.
You know, same. We
Yeah,
went.
like
we went.
2, 3,
we
4
tried.
o'clock.
There were a couple things that like kept us from playing. Well, first of all, we came back. We were only back for like 2, 3. Well, we were back for 3 days, luckily, because I didn't have to work Thursday. So we
No,
came.
2 days, just Wednesday and Thursday, because
Oh yeah, because we were. Yeah, we got in Wednesday
morning.
morning because of the release.
And then we had to leave Friday morning.
And then
so it
we
was
left
2
Friday
days.
morning, 2 days, and then didn't really get to play Friday.
No, we were busy.
Saturday we played maybe like an hour. Sunday we
Yeah.
played maybe like an hour.
Yeah.
And then Monday.
Yesterday.
Yesterday was just a lot of doing stuff.
Getting everything done
Just
because...
a lot of adulting to do.
Because Gauzy is expecting us in New York.
Yeah.
So we
Oh
just.
man, Yep.
Yeah, you can't wait.
I know,
Super
he's excited. This time next week,
I can't
guys,
wait, man. I mean,
we will be with Gao this time next week. You might even see
Yep.
all 3 of our faces on the camera. Who knows?
yep.
Who
We'll
knows?
have to see how we'll set it up because I kind of figured you guys would be in the dining room and I'd be. in the
Oh,
living
he's
room 'cause
shoving
it's-
us away.
No, well, it's
Doesn't
an open
even
concept.
want
We're
us.
still gonna see each other, but I figured with all your equipment on the table over there, because I have leaves for the tables and can make it, so you can have all your stuff on there. You'll be
Oh man,
screen
Gao's
I mean,
ready.
it'll work out great. I'm ready. I got the leg of lamb. I just got to pick up the spanakopita mix, and I'm ready.
So
He's ready,
ready.
guys.
we got a whole bunch of stuff together. Like I packed my suitcase. My suitcase is packed.
Mine too.
Like all I have to do is throw stuff into the car.
Yeah, pretty much. We just gotta pack up the car
Come
tomorrow night.
tomorrow night? No. Yeah, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, because we gotta
'cause we
leave
Thursday morning.
Thursday morning.
Because we work the weekend and then we'll be hitting.
Yep.
We'll be hitting gals after we work.
We work all weekend, and then we leave from Chicago to go straight into New York.
But
Okay, so you're leaving for New York on Monday or Sunday night?
Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, so
afternoon.
we can get to go.
You'll probably be here like first thing in the morning, huh?
Maybe we'll see. Maybe
up.
we might plan for like a late morning, afternoon, maybe like 11 noon.
Yeah, I think that would be perfect because
we'll
this
stop.
way Trish
We'll rest.
is up and ready. Yeah, because she'll have to. You don't want to get here while she's getting ready. That would be and all kinds of stuff going on.
Hi, Gal.
But no, like
Hi,
noon's perfect.
Trish.
Yeah, that's like perfect.
Sounds
Because
good.
you guys can come straight here, and then we'll get you set up over at Corey's. And...
So we're excited. This show is going to be coming live from New York next week.
Live from New York, it's waking up with Soop and Sugah. We have Justin Timberlake on here.
Gal.
And Gal.
Tiny
And
font,
little parentheses,
right?
Little teeny tiny. And Gal.
But yeah, so I mean, during the 2 days of grinding, I got to 263. And then over like the 3 hours that I got to play, I got myself. Last night played for a couple of hours actually. Once we were all done, finally hopped on like around 9:30, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, probably.
And then
It was
played
later
it was
than
like
that.
11.
It was 11:30.
11, so like 10:30. So 10:30.
No, it was 11:30 your time because it was 12:30 my time.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Unless you guys got on and didn't.
No, we
We
got
to
hopped
say
in
anything.
party right away.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was like almost 12:30.
So we hopped on. We played. I played till 2 in the morning.
I was tired. I got through like a couple missions.
I had to
and
get up
was
at 5. I
tired.
couldn't do another 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. So
I mean, Trish was
So
on vacation all last week, so I could do that and not have to worry about it. But now that she's back, I got to get up at 5, and there's no way I can
He's got to get up at 5.
stay up to 2 o'clock in the morning.
I
every night.
think we're in like a decent position because of today. I mean, of course, there's this update that's keeping us from playing.
Huh?
Stupid update.
But I feel like with today and tomorrow, the raid coming out at noon, I feel that it's good prep time. Luke Smith actually came out last night and said that the raid will
260 to
be
280.
between 260 and 280. That's a very... Nice. So, yeah, that's what everyone's saying. Everyone's saying that's nice. That is a very high, like...
That's a broad range.
That is a very broad range.
Right? Like 260 to 280. So what happens
That's
if...
20 light levels.
Isn't it like... What happens if I'm 260 and you're 280? Like, are you going to be carrying me through the raid the entire time?
Or is the raid just going to be easy?
So then why
For the
give such a
280s.
range? Why
Well,
not just
I'm,
say 260 and above? I don't understand.
Yeah.
What are you at, Gal?
I'm 260. I'm 269 right now.
269.
So you're
Sugar's at
definitely
264. And I'm sitting at 274.
there. So we're all raid ready.
Yeah, and Chris is 275. Parker's
See?
what, 281?
Yeah.
281. So I've seen people in 280s. I've seen 290s. So
I saw a picture on Facebook where this dude got a 301 multi-tool.
We saw Swolly Bible.
Swolly's 292.
And he had 2 weapons that were 300 when we were looking at his primary and his secondary. Or his power and his kinetic, or his kinetic and his, I don't know. I forget.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I know there's kinetic, the heaviest power, but I forget what your special. I forget. Energy? Is it an energy?
Energy, I think.
There we go.
Yeah.
Kinetic, energy, and power. So his kinetic and his energy were 300, and everything else was like in the 90s. So yeah, it definitely. And if you saw someone with 301, because we were wondering if it capped at 300 or not, because we didn't see anything higher. So
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I don't know. So, as I leveled and I was infusing stuff, right? I noticed that. So you know how weapons and gear have this mod to them, and it's either a purple mod or it's a blue mod. And certain mods do things like give you void damage instead of solar, or they increase the stability of your gun as you're firing it if it's kinetic or whatever. So guns with purple mods, if you like, let's say for example I had a 270 auto rifle with a purple void damage and a 270 auto rifle with blue void damage, right? The blue mod as opposed to the purple mod. If I infuse that 270 into the purple, I would get like 5 extra points, even though they were both the same light level.
Oh yeah, you were talking about those mods.
That's how I was able to hit like I have like a 280 power weapon right now, because I infused a 275 into 275, 280.
Yeah, you did that on accident, and that's how we learned that.
So definitely there's like, and it's also weird. There's like, if I have like, let's say I have a sniper, a grenade launcher, and a sword in my heavy slot, my power slot, if you guys want to get technical.
I'm gonna get technical.
You can't infuse those into each other, right? You need like a grenade launcher to infuse into a grenade launcher, sword
right,
to a
right.
sword.
You have to match.
So
right.
that also kind of threw me off. Like, you know, not only because it's weird and it's different from what we're used to, but also all those pre-order items and all those bonus items that we got, like, you know, the Cold Heart and the sword. I think specifically the Cold Heart, I understand it's an exotic. You're gonna want to level that thing up. But the sword, like, they give you this legendary sword at power level 210 when you're done with, like, everything in the game, as far as the campaign goes. And you guys are, like, 250, 260 at that point. So that's something that should have been given to you earlier in the game. I don't know why it was given out so late.
Because they don't really want me to use it until I'm, like, at the point I should be, and I have something to infuse it into, I guess.
So let's talk about the campaign. All right?
Hang on a second before we talk about that.
Okay.
Chris wants to know if we can unmute him.
I don't know. What does he have to say?
We can't for this one.
I don't know.
Moving on.
So
Okay.
the campaign. How did you guys? We obviously played the first mission at the beta. Beta was the first mission.
Yeah.
After that, right? You get kicked off. You lose your light. You lose your ghost. You're kind of walking around without light for a while. You can't really die, right? Because you have no light, so your ghost can resurrect you.
Yeah, that was so funny. Parker was so mad that her guardian, like, could barely walk, could barely do anything.
Yeah.
You know what? That's exactly what happened in God of War 2.
That's what people were saying. That's how you fight Zeus.
No, you had all this power, and then you got thrown into the river Styx, and while you were in the river Styx, you got attacked by all these things that were in the water, and you see your health go, and you see your magic go, and then you see all the money that you had built up go, and when you got on shore, you were walking exactly like that. You were limped over. You could barely even move. You couldn't even run. You're like just going, oh my God, I'm not even going to make it, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's exactly how it was. I couldn't even fight anybody. I mean, there was a point where they gave you a gun, but, you know, when I had a pack of 20 dogs chasing me, I was like, I'm out. I ran.
You ran?
I ran. I was gone. I wanted to get out of that area.
Nice. So, and then when they do that, and they kick you off and you're fighting the dogs, I don't know if you paid attention, but at the bottom left of your screen, it'll tell you, like, 4 days later,
yes,
1 week later. Yeah. So it took us about 2 weeks to, like, finally find Hawthorne and find our light. So we're without light for a decent amount of time. I don't know about you guys, but I didn't die. Like, while they took my light away, I didn't die.
I didn't either.
I was like, I took that seriously. I was like, shit. I was like, it would have been cool if, like, when you die, like, it's like you can't continue anymore. Now you have to, like, let's say you played as a Titan and you died while you didn't have any light. They're like, you can't play as a Titan anymore.
No.
Go play as a Warlock or a Hunter.
Oh my God.
That would be cool. But anyway,
I'm glad I didn't even risk it.
So I took it seriously. I didn't die. Finally got my light, and then I died. So that was fun.
Excuse me.
Bless you, Shug. So what was the story like for you guys? I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was 10 times better than Destiny 1. Sugah was like, wow, there are a lot more cutscenes going on right now.
Yeah, yep. I loved it.
So I think the only thing was like the ending a little bit. Sugah was like, "This is it. This is the end." She's like, "We actually got to kill Gaul." She was expecting him to be more of a raid boss.
Yeah, so I was a little confused, so I'm very interested / excited to see what the actual raid is going to be, seeing how I've already killed Gaul. Spoilers.
The spoilers. Well, I mean, this is why we're doing, the show a week later. A lot of people have already gone through their Destiny campaign.
Right, and if you've looked at the internet at all...
Unless they throw the raid somewhere in between the beginning and the end.
Right.
And that's what we talked about before, that the raid isn't the end game content the way that it always has been for all the other raids. It's something that will get you... Exactly. And seeing how the raid is 260 to 280, and we already know that people are getting gear over 300, that obviously, I feel that kind of confirms that, yeah, it is kind of a middle thing, because if you can continue to surpass what the raid is, then the hard raid is going to be that more.
Probably the hard raid's going to be like 280 to 300.
No.
Or even a 320.
Hard raid, yeah.
280 to 300? I feel it'll be over 300.
Maybe,
yeah. If we already see that we're getting 301 gear, it's going to be well over 300.
Yeah, because technically that means like if you get all your 300 slots, you're 300.
Exactly.
So after raid, you'd probably be like 320 maybe?
Mm-hmm. Because we don't know what kind of gear is going to be dropping.
So hard mode maybe 350?
Yeah, like think about it, Gal. Like if there's stuff that's dropping over 300 and 260 to 280 is what they recommend just to join into the raid, why would they drop stuff at 280? They would be dropping it well over that.
Now, do you guys think that the raid is 260 to 280 because of how high like we jump as far as light level? Like yesterday I started playing, I was 264. Ended playing after about 3 hours was 274.
Yeah. Leveling up is quicker.
I must be doing the wrong things because
you are. You are
cranking up fast.
Because you've been playing longer than I have. I literally get like an hour in a day, and you and I are a few light levels apart, where you should have surpassed me. You should be
I've done story
Soop
mode. I've done strikes, public events. I've done all that. I'm not just roaming around like, with my thumb up my ass, just not doing anything. I am like trying to figure out what to do. And then I was told to do the orange flags that are out.
All the orange flags.
And the blue ones. And that's what I did today. I did the patrols. I unlocked all that stuff. I'm like out searching for all the Cade's lost treasures. I'm doing lost sectors.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know like what is going on. Why I'm going so slow.
So we did story, which it was just you got to do the story first.
Yeah.
If you don't do the story,
done.
If you don't hit level 20, you don't get your kill tracker ghost. You don't get your cold heart. You don't get your sword.
Which is all those pre-order bonuses.
It's all that stuff you get when you finish the campaign.
Right, and you have to upgrade your subclasses. And, there's those large diamonds with the 4 diamonds in each one. You upgrade those, and you get those emblems for that subclass, and those emblems are also kill tracker emblems.
Yes, that's true. So once we finished that campaign, we did like 2 strikes, maybe like 2 or 3 strikes.
Just because Zavala...
Just because of the milestone.
Exactly, and Zavala gave you stuff once you completed those 2. But after those 2...
But after that, it was just, we went back to Earth, and it was clearing out every orange mission. It was hitting up every lost sector. And for a while there, hitting the gold chests. Because the gold chests give you the EDZ coins. And obviously, you turn a bundle of 10 of those in...
And you level up.
2 bundles, you level up.
Yeah.
And you level up and you get gear up to 265. So
that's it.
Yeah. So doing the stories, doing the side missions, doing the blue patrol side missions, those are all get you to 265. And that's that. Now, once you hit 265, what we started doing were the milestones. So it was like, do 3 challenges in a strike. complete so much crucible. Do the nightfall.
And then every
Do
single
3
one
public
goes,
quests.
what was it called?
Right.
What kind of engram? Like a powerful engram.
Those are the milestones.
Right.
Powerful engram.
The powerful engrams.
So then it rewarded
those
that.
powerful engrams get you to 270 and above.
I've never even gotten a powerful engram.
Okay, so
Well,
that's what you need to get on.
I've never gotten. I've gotten
clan
bright
engrams.
engrams.
So clan engrams are powerful engrams. Because I
never got a clan engram.
Have you not been to Hawthorne?
Yeah.
She's got engrams for you to pick up. Your clan has been doing stuff.
The clan has been doing stuff.
They've been doing Crucible. They've been doing.
So they're like they're purple, right?
Yeah, they're purple.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then I've been getting them.
Okay,
I've been getting
go
them.
ahead.
I was thinking
Cool.
it was a totally different thing. So Hawthorne's clan, that's it.
That's it. That your clan does stuff. Hawthorne gives you gear because your clan did stuff. Mm-hmm. And that gear that Hawthorne gives you, that is 270 and above gear. So you don't pick that up
until you're that point.
Until you're 265.
So same thing with
or
the
higher.
The gunsmith, he caps out at 265. So if you're below 265, you know that you need to go to him so that you can get to the 265. Don't waste time going to Hawthorne, who's 270. It's one of those, you gotta little steps.
Yeah, because what people were doing is they were just
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they were 250 and then they were going to go see Hawthorne. And then where that's high level stuff, because of their level, they would only get 260.
Instead of the max that she was giving you.
Perfect example right here. I did all the blue missions, all the blue side missions on Earth, right? In the EDZ. And I got the Mida Mini tool.
The mini.
The mini tool. Because I was 265, mine dropped at 270. Sugah was 350, hers dropped at 260.
So now mine is just sitting in the vault and I'm not using it because, of course, a couple missions or whatever later, I got a new engram that was higher, where Soop is using his and I'm not.
So it's really about saving all those rewards to the end. Sugah hasn't gone to Hawthorne
at all.
She's got those 4 clan rewards just sitting there.
And more stuff is just building up as the clan continues to create
she shouldn't
engrams.
pick that up until she's 270.
I'm
Exactly.
at 269 right now.
Don't pick up
her?
any more engrams.
No, yeah, now go to her. Now go to Hawthorne because she'll give you that 270, 274. All right, then that's good. You should have gotten something above 270.
Now, also something, it doesn't completely apply right now to people who are trying to get raid ready, but it applies to people who are just starting out their character. So basically anyone that's below max level of 20. Something that I also did, so you made a good mention as to how much money you had, Gao. You had so much money, right? And a lot of people weren't spending their money.
Dude, I was burning through that cash.
Well, I was burning through cash. Not burning through it. I would
I did
leave
it on
at
purpose.
least half. But all of the vendors, so they stopped at 200. But as I was leveling up, I would buy 1 or 2 things from them, and so it would continue to boost me.
Okay.
That's how I was keeping up with you, because Soop literally has gotten doubled the amount of time that I have, but I'm not that far behind him, because when I was under level 20, I would go to a vendor, I would go to Hawthorne, whoever it was that I could buy engrams was, every single time I stopped at the farm, or the tower eventually when we...
Okay, I have yet to see a vendor selling engrams.
They weren't selling engrams, they were selling gear and weapons, and it was green.
Okay.
Remember?
Yes.
So,
yeah, they're all still green.
They're all still green, and for us, they capped at 200. But when we were all level 20 and under, it would raise with you.
Right.
And it would
That's
always be
That's
1 or 2
too.
levels higher than what you had. So I would buy everything that I could that would then get me 2 light levels higher, or 2 levels higher. And then we would go and do a mission, and so it would help bridge that gap. Because like I said, Soop was able to just put more time in, and so because I was buying it basically gave me back a little that time. And so we didn't have this huge gap between us. So for anyone that is under level 20 and hasn't started doing light levels, spend your money right away.
because it's
You're going to get money.
You're going to get more money.
Especially if you're in a clan, because there's that perk
Yeah.
where you get more glimmer if you're in a clan.
Like,
for killing
spend your money when you are under level 20.
Get those mods, too. Get those weapon mods. Get those Cade maps. Because Cade will give you maps to chests.
Yes.
And
spend
secret
that money.
stashes. So spend that money, get that stuff to collect all that loot so you can get that 265
Exactly.
gear.
Because as soon as you hit level 20, and as soon as everything is 200, like, you cannot buy anything after that. So now I'm at a point where I have all this money, and I'm like, shit, what can I put this money into to try to up my light level? And there's not a lot I can be doing now.
Right now it's just infusing.
Exactly, it's infusing. So I'm so glad that I spent the money right away from all of those vendors. So definitely buy stuff from the vendors if you are under 20. And then once you get past it, then put, those EDZ points. Make sure you're doing Vanguard stuff, because every time you level up, you get another engram. And they get to the point once you're after that certain light level that they're purple. Those perks.
Yeah, because each planet has a vendor that you turn your tokens in. So
exactly.
I never knew that Nessus was a computer.
Yes, Nessus.
Because I had and I'm looking for this person.
Failsafe?
Yeah, failsafe.
Like Devlin or whatever. Yeah. I still have to do the failsafe.
Well, failsafe is the name of the computer on Nessus.
Well, there's one. What's a milestone?
So a milestone will give you a powerful engram that is 270 and above.
All right. So like if I did 3 strikes, I'd get one of those. Right? Because that's the...
Yes, if it says that's the reward, yes.
It's your map, you hit L2, you got that list.
Hit L2 and it pulls all that up on your left side.
So I do have a fail safe or something on that list because I just finished the bounty, the blue ones from Cade. So now that opened up to where now I got to do the fail safe or whatever that is.
Okay,
Nessus,
and so then that'll get you gear and you can rank up with her.
Right, yeah.
So definitely do that.
Flashpoint.
All right, so that's where I was going. Flashpoint, that's what it was. Flashpoint, not failsafe.
Yeah.
So that's what I think I haven't been doing out of the milestones.
Yeah. So I mean, and that's what we need to focus on. Yeah, and those are weekly. You'll get those weekly. The ones where you said you hit L1, L2 to pull them up. You'll get those every week. So those are definitely what you want to focus on.
And then you do the challenges that are on each planet, whatever the challenges is.
Exactly, and that'll get you that higher light level.
Yeah.
Guys, and join that clan.
There's a challenge on each planet. There's 3 challenges that you have to do.
Yeah.
For that person that takes the tokens.
Yep. So.
And then they'll give you an engram once you complete it.
Right, yes. And also they'll reward you. So I went on Earth and I finished those and I got the Mida Mini tool, and the quest for the Mida Multi tool.
You have to help Banshee get his schematics back so that he can recreate the Mida.
So I haven't done. Oh, I did Titan last night before I went to bed, and I got the quest for the Rat King, which is an exotic sidearm.
Nice.
So
from
when
the raid or from the Nightfall.
So when you finish all those quests, all those blue side quests on each planet, it looks like it leads to an exotic weapon. And this is also something that if you wait until right now, right now is perfect for you. If you do those quests now, those weapons will drop at 272, 274.
Okay.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, because I noticed I have 2 orange flags left on Earth. I have 2 orange ones.
Yeah, definitely finish
and
those.
I did the blues, unless the blues keep going. Because now I just opened up to where I can do patrols now. That's what the blues are.
Yeah, so just get rid of the blues, get rid of the oranges. Big rewards at the end of those.
All right, so do that, then do them on the Titan, do it on Nessus, do it on IO or whatever.
There you go.
Okay.
And real quick here before we get going, we got a couple new followers, guys. Thank you very much for joining us here in the chat. We got King Juice 5, love that name. We got Matt Genta. It's very
Magenta.
Calicisti and what was it? Samal 26. So guys, thank you very much for the follows. Appreciate you guys hanging out. So Yeah, I mean, I'm feeling comfortable, especially having today, hopefully after this freaking update.
Wasting my time right now.
And
do you understand I need to drive to New York in just a couple days?
And also, you know, with tomorrow, because we get basically, you know...
I know!
We get some pretty good amount of time tomorrow before the raid goes live at noon. And
yeah.
yes, guys, we'll be streaming.
Time.
We don't have our raid team made up yet.
But we'll definitely be streaming that raid.
But, you know, if we're here and we're light level, we're going to get you in and we're going to do that raid.
I know it sucks, Chris. I know.
But guys, I'm telling you right now, like the raid is going to be. I think it's going to be as good as Atheon because of Luke Smith. What are you expecting for the raid, Gao?
No idea.
No idea.
No idea.
So I'm hoping for some similar mechanics, the way that they did with Wrath of the Machine. I'm just kind of hoping for those mechanics. See, I liked those.
A little too technical. Wrath of the Machine.
Like I loved the opening part where we weren't quite sure, and then once we figured it out, we still weren't sure. Like, remember when those balls just all started coming out, and everyone was like, "What do we do with them?" And then we finally figured out that we could throw it.
I'm hoping it's not like Wrath. I'm really hoping it's.
I understand that Wrath was challenging.
A mix between Crota and Atheon would be nice.
I just was not into it. For some reason, it just didn't hit me like
least favorite raid.
Well, it was a lot of people's least favorite raid. I feel it was the most stressful. But I feel it was the most stressful because it actually made people communicate, and that really showed a lot of how a team of 6 could work together and communicate.
And you really had to communicate.
You had to communicate, especially when you were doing the challenge at the very end.
Yeah. That was the definition of raid challenges.
Yes, and it was the definition of communication. And when you were with a good raid team, there was no problems. Like, you went through it, it was so quick. It's like, hey, I'm empowered, I slammed, let's do this, damage, cool, move on to the next phase.
Yeah.
But when there was no communication, I almost ripped my hair.
Epic fail.
All of it. I was almost bald.
So, I mean, I'm excited. It's tomorrow. It's fucking tomorrow. Yeah. I'm excited.
I'd be more excited if I could be playing right now, getting ready for that thing that has come out a week after. I think this is why, I have
a feeling it's going to be Shield Brothers on steroids.
That's a little bit of what I'm afraid of,
because that Shield Brothers is so hard.
Yeah, because
that's what I think it's going to be.
They go hard.
It's going to be Cabal we haven't seen. Yeah. There's going to be some shit in there, you know how they got those dogs. Maybe we got to fight against the Queen.
Do you think those dogs will start having shields too?
Well, there are gold bar
dogs,
war beasts. Yeah, them dogs.
So there could be the main war beast, which is
maybe
an
armored war beast.
Maybe we're fighting the puppies.
We need a cabal. We need a cabal riding a war beast. That's what I want to see. Caesar riding a fucking horse. That's what I want the raid boss to be. Just a cabal on a war beast.
Right?
Very Lord of the Rings
style.
Yeah,
and then you have to kill the war beast, and then it's round 2. Now you actually have to fight the boss.
Yes, you have to physically get the boss off the war beast.
And then go ham on the boss. That would be fucking awesome.
Maybe the war beasts that we're fighting right now are the puppies. We haven't seen the adult
I think they're little pups.
Possible. We'll see. Little
maybe there's a big one waiting for us.
Mr. Simple, Soopkichen is a hunter, Gao is a titan, and Sugah is a warlock.
Huge cabals. Yeah.
Huge cabal balls.
So as far as story, I thought it was great. We got introduced to new characters, the characters that we loved from before. Cade, Zavala, Ikora, they all got so much more depth to them, right? and we learn so much more in general.
We have learned so much about them.
So much about them and just like the world that we live in, right?
Well, I'm also really excited that they've, for anybody that has really done the exploring, they have these little areas that you can investigate as well, and then it gives you just this teeny tiny little detail. It's usually like a comment that the ghost will make, like he'll talk about like this arc sword, and he's like, you know, it's just been sitting here. I don't think that the Fallen really knew what they got themselves into when they started this, and I love it because as I'm playing and as I'm going about, that comment will start triggering me to start thinking about a whole path, you know, that I wasn't really thinking about, like that comment about how the Fallen, and it's like we're constantly fighting these enemies, but we forget how they continue to intertwine in this world that we're living in. So I'm very happy that that little investigation, I would have had to go to my grimoire cards on my Bungie app just to get that little information. And so I'm very excited that I don't need to, you know, go to all these lure podcasts.
Thank you, Bungie, for paying someone to just say the lines.
I am kind of curious about one thing, though.
What's that?
Why do we still have Taken?
So I mean, you just have to pay attention to this. This is one of the things.
They've told you why we have Taken.
Fucking guilty, okay? I played a lot of this game offline because I wanted to listen to the story.
We did.
I like my first character in Destiny 2. It's fresh as fuck. Luke Smith and the cast has promised me more, and I want it. I want to dive into it all, and I just want to.
So we've been hiding.
So I've been hiding offline. And I've been playing.
Yeah, I know you knew it, Cal.
You knew. So I've been hiding offline and playing my story, and fucking listening to everything they say. So Oryx. Oryx was the Taken King. I think we're gonna get a Taken Queen.
Yes.
Oryx's sister is coming, and there was a story mission where you're on Nessus, and Felsafe gets captured by the Cabal, or not the Cabal,
by the Taken.
No, the Vex. And then you have to save her. And you find out that Atheon, there was like, Atheon had two brothers apparently.
We did. We found out about his brothers. Oh yeah, and I talked some mad shit about those names.
Like Sacarion and Thykerion or Thymacion. Blazion. Assazon. You know, so yeah, you scan this Vex spiral. And your ghost is like, hey, there's files here talking about Atheon and the other two Theons.
The Theons.
The Theons. So, you know, the Vault of Glass is like just scratching the surface. We still have so much more to go. Everybody has family, apparently.
It's true. Everyone has family. And also, I don't know if you remember in some of those Vex missions, they were being controlled the same way that Taken would be controlled. The way that, like, one Taken individual would control a larger boss and they would shield them so that you couldn't do damage. So now the Vex is also doing that, and your ghost actually kind of talks about that, and there's like a little investigation that you can do to learn a little bit more to understand like how the Vex have actually learned about the Taken and is actually using a lot of the Taken's methods. So the Taken is actually very important because like the Taken appeared, Gao, and I was like, are you shitting me? I was like, we're just recycling these bitches. But then as soon as I started getting the story, I didn't have to go to the grimoire cards just to read it. Once the story was there, it started making sense. So you, mister, who's been in party chat, chit-chatting, you might have missed those deets.
Yeah.
I can't easily ditch my friends. You know, I just, you know. I mean, the game's
well, guess
new.
what?
We're all hanging
my
out together.
My friends, they're still going to be around for my second and third character.
Yeah, that's true. So, you know.
Show's the story.
We haven't even talked about the new house for the Fallen. The new Fallen dudes. The Fallen dudes that look like hunters.
They totally look like hunters.
They're all rocking purple, right?
They've got capes, and they come running at you on all fours.
They got fur. They got fur too
advanced,
now.
Right? Advanced creepy. Fallen?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are Fallen.
It's pretty awesome. It's pretty fucking awesome. I'm not gonna lie. And as to Mouthion, Chris in chat.
As to Mouthion.
So something that has been going around on the internet and on Twitter, people are saying that the raid is going to be taken.
We've got, is that Shan in chat, talking about just how addicted to the light they are, and bringing up that point that you got to remember, Gao, they don't have a leader right now, and they're so addicted to the need for light and just following someone because they've been taken. So think about it, they've just been wandering around with no leader ever since we killed orcs.
So, I mean, imagine if it is a taken raid.
Like I said, I don't know what to expect from this raid.
Well, and that's what's going to be kind of fun about it, is we're really not sure.
And we haven't even touched on the cutscene at the end of the story. I don't know, when you guys finish the main story campaign, you see all those triangle ships coming at us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right? And then there's the Leviathan. We haven't even, talked about the Leviathan. The World Eater. Yeah, it's a ship that eats fucking worlds.
We haven't even touched on that.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I have this thing in my heavy or my power weapon slot that says I have to await the World Eater.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the World Eater, exactly. So that's where it's like, is the raid going to be taken? That's what I'm saying. Is the raid going to be taken? And the raid is what gets you to a high enough light level to where you can go tackle the World Eater.
Sweet.
So then that might be the end game content, which is why we need the raid.
Because it looks like one of those fish, the angler fish that have that little thing that hangs out in front of them.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So, I mean, there's just so much here.
Again.
Very excited. There's so much here. And hopefully with the DLCs, with what we get with our expansions, we get story. We get another campaign with 10 missions that give us story and cutscenes. Because if my DLC is just hey, you get another strike, you get another Crucible map, and you get maybe
I think we get another raid.
New type of weapon. That's what I'm hoping for, buddy. I'm hoping for a campaign. Doesn't have to be long. Doesn't have to be 15, 20 missions long. It could be 8, 10 missions, right? Just to give me a sense of the story, and then give me a raid boss. That's all it is. So they're doing a really good job. If they keep this on track, I think everything's going to be good. I only have a couple complaints. One is they should probably give people a little more of a hint of what to do, right? Hey, you did this, you should probably do this next, because it's so open right now to where you can literally do anything and kind of miss out on that higher light level gear.
Exactly, people are missing out. We talked about that. Like Gao. Exactly. We were talking about
because
how
I've been busting my ass.
It's true. And then
I have been busting my ass.
And then there's for example, the Sparrow. I didn't get my Sparrow until way after. I felt I should have gotten my Sparrow earlier in the game. I was walking around a lot. I was getting fucking World of Warcraft flashbacks to where I'm walking for hours just to get to a fucking spot. It was starting to feel bad. Even with the landing zones.
So I got there quicker.
Oh, okay. So
But you had, the only reason that we got a Sparrow is because in a bright engram, we opened it, and then it was hey, there was no mission to link up your Sparrow the way that there was. So, and...
Right.
I don't know. No.
So, I mean, they're doing a good job. There's a couple things that could be fixed, that could be done differently. But, hey, Bungie is a company that listens. So if we voice our concern for the DLC, for the expansions, things should get fixed. I just hope they drop more missions, more of those orange side missions, more of the new ones on there, and that way, I'm not
Because once I finish, that I have done were really cool.
Right, but now that I've done them all, now that I've cleared Earth, there's nothing for me to do there except for revisit lost sectors, do public events, and do patrols.
Go see what Devlin has for his challenge.
But none of those things are going to give me gear that's higher light level than 270. So it's just going to give me stuff that I'm going to shard, and once I sharded and turn in those equipment parts, once I sharded and turn in those equipment parts to Banshee, Banshee's only going to give me stuff that goes up to 265 again. So you see how you're just kind of wasting your time after a certain point doing that. Maybe if you went back in and, hey, you did the lost sector now at 270, we're going to drop stuff that's 273, 274. But it doesn't. It drops stuff that's 265. So that stuff is only good to a certain point.
And you're gambling to get an exotic out of one of those.
So the game should let people know that you need to do this before you do this. Otherwise, you're going to be struggling to get gear. That's what it is. You're going to be stuck at 264, 265, not being able to get that high light level gear because you already turned in all those missions earlier when you were at low light. But again, something that could be fixed for future DLCs. Guys, this is a really solid game for me. I think they gave me... It took me 2 days of straight playing to finish the campaign. Like, just straight playing.
Unlike Destiny 1 where you were done within a couple hours, I feel.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then if I was a casual gamer, if I was the guy who only played like an hour or two after work every night, then I would just be finishing the campaign now. Mm-hmm. Which is great.
Which is what the casual player wanted.
But unfortunately, we're hardcore players and we want to get to that raid. So, we want to be raid ready.
That's basically been the drive for us,
Correct.
Is to get raid ready.
Otherwise, I'd be
That's
cruising
why
through.
Grinding it out.
Yeah.
Not stressing out about sleep.
Which is why I'm saving the rest of my characters. Saving my other two characters.
Just other people have started their other characters. We haven't.
I'm not doing that. I'm waiting for after the raid. I'm
going to enjoy
trying to get this guy established, and then I'm going to bring in and go slower. Listen to the story so I can find out what's going on instead of getting bitched at because I missed it out on it. So, I mean, I think I'm going to bring my Warlock in and then my Hunter.
Sounds good.
I think that's what I'm going to do.
But guys, I think that'll be it.
Before we finish, we've got some new followers in chat. There were a couple we missed. If you could scroll up, because we missed a couple up top. But we've got Tommy Plays Fire. We've got ODFZTZF45. Woo! Who else do we got?
Sintan Cosplay, Tosun 0101.
Is that Wiki?
Good old Wiki.
Wiki, keep going up. There's more. Keep going up, there's more.
Look at all these follows, guys. Thank you very much for the follows.
Everybody that has got some new followers, thank you guys so much. If we missed you, we do apologize.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate the follows. Let's move away from Destiny, guys.
Are you sure we're done with Destiny?
We're not done, but we got a show next week, so don't worry about it. We'll talk about how much more we love this game and or hate this game in Sugah's exception because we can't grind right now. But guys... Because we'll also be talking about the raid, Trials of Osiris, which comes out this Friday.
Trials of the Nine.
Trials of the Nine. That's
Trials
also
of the Nine.
It's not Trials of Osiris anymore. And then there were tidbits about Osiris, in the story.
That's the DLC.
So yeah, I mean, so much fucking story. So
right, and I feel that the raid is just
that's the next DLC that's
gonna
drop is Osiris.
We'll see. There were tons of hints. There were tons of hints towards all sorts of stuff. There's the Osiris DLC. There's the Rasputin DLC. I don't know if you guys got the hint during the game. There was like this point where there was this dialogue that was being spoken about Cade possibly being Rasputin.
Yeah. Yes. No. Oh, okay. I was thinking you were going to go that there's more than one Cade.
Oh no, there's one Cade. He's been reset 6 times as a robot, But also, like, in that same dialogue, like, we got the hint of Cade being human before he was...
Before he was a robot?
Yeah, before he was a exo. And apparently he had a wife and kid. So there is story here, guys.
Gal's
like,
mind
I know,
right
Gal's
now.
like...
He doesn't even know what to say.
So, like, the story is here, guys. Like, it's definitely there.
It's not in the cards. You don't have to go to
That's
your app
cool
for
to
it.
think that, like, Cade was a person with a family and a gunslinger that, like, for whatever reason, maybe he was dying.
And the $6 million man, he got rebuilt.
Yeah, he got his conscience, like, shifted into a robot, and then that robot has been reset 6 times, so he kind of has forgotten his past. Same thing with Banshee 42.
Yeah.
Because he, like, forgets a lot, too. And you'll hear it in his dialogue. He's like, you know, if I remember, or where did I leave that thing? I remember when you were, like, your ghost gave you a line where Banshee had been locked out of the systems because he kept trying to log in as Banshee 41 instead of Banshee 42. So there's definitely this thing where, like, exos, for whatever reason, their minds get reset and they just kind of forget a little bit more about themselves, to where every time you get reset, you kind of lose yourself. So there's just so much story here, you know. And like I said, that one line of dialogue that was like, you know, Cade might be Rasputin, but he doesn't know. Like, it makes, you know, that'd be really
trip.
cool. That is a trip. That is a fucking trip. So like I said, it's all there. I think a lot of the Cade storyline I got because I was a hunter. Because I got a lot of those dialogue lines while I was doing the subclass missions in order to, like, unlock my subclass. That's where I heard a lot of that storyline. So interesting stuff, very interesting stuff. Definitely worth another look.
Well, Shug, are you getting Ikora's background?
Some of it, but it's not like I'm getting more as a warlock than you are, or Soop is. It's like, you're not... Are you getting more information on Cade than I am?
I felt, did you know he had a kid? That he was human before he was a robot?
No.
Nope.
You know, did you know that he, like, could possibly be Rasputin?
No.
War mind
That,
on Earth?
no, I didn't know.
So, I mean, there's
And
from
what I was hearing, what I thought it was that there's 5 other Cades, and he's Cade.
He's Cade
unit.
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
no,
Cade
the number's based on
I thought
wipes.
there were other Cades.
No, so it has to do with how many times his mind has been wiped.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I guess little tidbit from Ikora. The biggest thing is just her frustration, and I think this is why I continue to like warlocks, for how ridiculous everybody says that they are, but the frustration that Ikora goes through of wanting to believe one thing, but then everything continues to contradict it. She wants to have so much hope. You know, she comes to places for answers, but in the end of the day, you're not always going to get the answers that you want.
Io is pretty cool. Like, the fact that was, like, the last place that the Traveler touched before it came over to Earth.
Yeah.
And then, like, the Warlocks find so much meaning in this planet.
Right.
Like, is this where, like, the first Warlock came from? Like,
exactly.
You know, what cool subclasses that were there before that were forgotten can we find, you know? Like...
Someone else in chat is bringing up Ash, too, and seeing the difference between Ash, like, when we met Ash versus Ikora, she's so optimistic. She's so hopeful. She comes back to look for answers, where Ash, he has realized that the Traveler isn't going to provide with what everybody else believes he is going to provide. Like, Ash is very much that, like, conspiracy theorist guy that he's like, yo, we are on our own. And so I really, like, I'm loving the Warlock even so much more.
That Nessa story is there. It's there. So, but guys, we'll continue this conversation because we've been going on too long. We'll continue this
we were supposed to move on to movie.
Hey, we got all this new stuff to talk about. That's what it is, baby. You know, for a while now, we've been on that Destiny 1 drought, but now we're back. It's Destiny 2. But guys, let's move away from video games. We'll cover stuff next week. Let's move into the last segment of the day, Cinema Madness.
Madness.
And we're just gonna cover a couple things real quick. First of all, box office numbers, right? Because it blew box office with 123 million domestic, 185 million worldwide.
Wow.
Nice.
Right? Just blew.
That's like one of the top grossing movies this year.
That is way that did. You know what? That's very good because that did way better than Dark Tower, which the people who did Dark Tower, they don't even know if there's going to be a sequel to Dark Tower. Just because of how bad it did. So it
Sucks.
Yeah, sucks. It sucks. Yeah,
It was a timing thing, I think, for when it came out.
You think
because
so?
it went up against Wonder Woman, and it just, I think it was a timing thing.
Well, was it also supposed to be like a scary movie? I'm someone that scary
No,
movies
it was-
should, okay.
No, this
it
one
wasn't
was supposed to be
scary.
It's like I don't know. It's
Not
like a mix of
everything Stephen
sci-fi
King
and
writes is
supernatural.
scary.
See, but these movies
Yeah.
do the best around Halloween. It was the same thing. Remember when like Aliens came
It's
out
true.
in the middle of the summer,
Yeah.
and then competed and didn't do well? Like I'm someone that people around this time are looking for that creepy sci-fi, spacey, scary, whatever kind of stuff. Because it's Halloween and people want to be scared. They want to be scared.
And I heard it was pretty scary.
Yeah, so it blew it away. So they're ready for a sequel. Like they're ready to make a sequel for it.
Well, yeah, I could imagine looking at these numbers.
It too.
Well, wait, now, did I hear that this one was just with the kids and the next one's going to be when they're adults?
Oh, I'm not sure. I know nothing about.
Not
the
even
kids'
sure because
story.
I haven't seen this movie.
Because if
I
you
don't
watch the
know.
original, it flash forwarded to when they were kids and then they were adults, and then it went back to when they were kids, and then it went back to when they were adults, dealing with the same it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that if they do have a sequel, that they just basically, did it when everybody was kids.
we should take a shot every time we say it describing it, the movie It.
It describing it. Describe it.
So, guys, that is it.
That's it.
As far as other things, you guys remember we had talked about that. Francis from Deadpool 2. I can't remember the
Francis.
What's his name? The actor's name. Ed starts with an S. Well, remember he had dropped out because Ed Skrein had dropped out because they had casted him as an Asian character in Deadpool 2. So you guys remember he dropped out. He's like, I really hope that Hollywood has more diversity. So it looks like the crew, the director, the cast, they kind of went out either by force because social media, or because they realized they were fucking up by casting a white guy in an Asian guy's role. But now they're looking at Daniel Day Kim for the role of Ben Damnino. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they were socially pressured into possibly looking for an Asian actor after Ed Skrein kind of went out on his Twitter rant?
He put the spotlight out on them hard.
Yeah, because I mean, you can't just pick a white guy to play an Asian guy. That's not right.
What? You can't. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, already Hellboy reboot. In a little bit of a PC. I don't want to say problems, but definitely issues. So I don't know what that'll do for, not only the movie release, but like what are the writers and the casters thinking, right? Like, is this what what actors have accepted roles, you know, already to characters that maybe should have been portrayed by other actors. So, questions for all. But yeah, guys, I guess we'll see how the ball keeps rolling here, and I don't know. Hopefully, I want to see this Hellboy movie, you know, do good. I'm not particularly excited, but I'm also not upset that they're rebooting Hellboy. The Guillermo del Toro films were fantastic, so you definitely have a lot to own up to. So
is he the one that did Pacific Rim?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and he's actually there's another movie that he just did that was going around in film festivals that got a lot of praise. And Douglas Jones also with him on that one. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So always Doug Jones. I think he's in like most of Del Toro's movies, if not all his projects. Yeah. So I mean, guys, that'll do it for this week. Not too much movie news. A lot of video game news because of Destiny, guys. Oh, let's do this because it is September, guys. You guys do get 2 free games, yes. 2 new free games.
Yes, indeed.
For the month of September. So before we leave you guys, we're gonna go ahead and let you know that if you are a PlayStation Plus owner,
which if you play Destiny,
who isn't? We're all playing Destiny 2, right? You guys get it's actually 3 games this week. So first of all is Infamous Second Son. You guys can go ahead and download that for free. And then there's also Strike Vector X. EX. I think it's pronounced X. No? Okay.
Probably. Just like your ex.
Just like your ex.
Just like your ex.
So you guys can go ahead and download that on PlayStation Plus. And guys, even if you don't own a PlayStation VR, Riggs, the PlayStation VR game, is free to download if you're a PlayStation Plus owner. So those are the games that are free for the month of September, guys. Second Son, Infamous Second Son, Strike Vector X, and Riggs. Go ahead and get them all, because even if you don't have a PlayStation VR, you know, if a buddy comes over and he's got it, you know, or if you get one eventually down the line, that's a free game. So PlayStation kind of blowing us away with the 3 games and 1 VR game. Three free games, 1's VR. So, and like I said, guys, if you guys don't have space to download them, just add them to your library. You could download them later when you eventually get that external hard drive.
But as soon as they're in your library, they're there.
They're there, they're yours, they're free to download. So guys, we're going to plug it up. We're going to do plugs before we get out of here.
Plug it in.
Gowsy, where can people find you in your old ways?
Yeah, you can find me at Dave Jersey, Plattsburgh, New York on Facebook, and DJJ Gal on Twitter. And in Ion Indie Magazine. Yeah, even though I haven't been in there in a while.
There you go.
You can still find some back issues. Check it out.
There you go. Sugah, where can people find you?
You can find me at Sugar Tits on Twitter. Posting stuff about D2 and our road trip that Soop and I have been on for the past month, going on to 2. And then you can also find me on Instagram. It is not the Sugar Tits. It is Adela Red. ADELA RED. Lots of photos, lots of fun stuff. So check it out.
There you go, guys. Guys, I'm Soopkichen. That's SOOPKICHEN. And you guys, of course, can find me here on Twitch every Tuesday morning at 9 a.m. Central, streaming with these guys, doing this talk show. And of course, you guys can find this show later on YouTube. And you guys can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in, however it is that you're tuning in, whether it's live here on Twitch or later on YouTube. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the follows. I love all these follows, guys. Kimtex, Noob Gamer 8. Love you guys all. Thank you very much for the follows. I don't know what we're gonna do for the next what do we got, Gow? 2 hours? An hour?
How much time we got until this update's over?
It's noon right now. So when did this kick in? At 10 o'clock?
They said 11 Bungie time it'll end.
Kicked in 7 o'clock Bungie time, so 8 o'clock your time.
And they said it'll end at 11, so I think we got an hour. Another hour, guys.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do for the next hour. I'm gonna eat a whole bunch of these fucking Pop-Tarts up the ass, guys. These Pop-Tarts, the double XP. God, did you get your double XP?
Pop-Tarts!
Pop-Tarts!
Oh, yeah. And actually, I went out and got some more, too. I got the chocolate chip and the double fudge.
So, Loki, you ready? We got these Pop-Tarts. So, we originally got like 2 boxes for the XP codes, right? And then the addiction set in, and we got these Pop-Tarts, not for the XP, just to get Pop-Tarts.
Because we wanted Pop-Tarts. I was like, yo. I was like, you ate all the strawberry Pop-Tarts. I need them.
I'm officially...
You guys put yours in the toaster?
You know what?
We haven't even made it to the toaster yet.
These haven't even made it to the toaster yet, gal.
I eat them cold, too. I eat them like
And we
cookies.
were talking about how, like, they taste so good in the toaster. We haven't even had time. We're going to have to bring the toaster down here.
We're going to have to go back and buy more just to put them in the toaster.
You got to watch when you put them in the toaster, because if you even burn that little sugar coating, they taste like crap.
Well, and the toaster's upstairs. We got to bring the toaster down here.
Like 10 seconds, mic them if you want to.
Microwave 10 seconds.
Oh, the microwave.
Don't toast because we burn that outer coating. They taste like shit. And don't tell me to flip it over.
Just flip it over. Scrape it off. Scrape it off. So, guys, again, thank you for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next week. We'll let you know how the raid was and how far we got.
Hell
yeah.
We didn't finish it. Catch you guys later.
Bye, guys.
Get diabetes from all these fucking Pop-Tarts.